Please adhere to YouTube's selected guidelines before viewing the content of this video. I do not encourage or condone any products, actions, or behaviors shown in this video. All videos are produced in a safe, professional, and controlled environment. Please do not attempt to replicate any actions performed during the video. All actions are performed by professionals.
Alright, so today I'm going to be forcing Mr. Small-Brained American to use nasal snuff at a public park in Japan, which I am quite excited for because I could go for a buzz right now, but from what I've heard, you're a little bit nervous.
My heart's racing right now. I'm scared.
Makes sense. Understandable. Nasal snuff, well, it goes in your nose, it burns a little bit, and once it's in, you can't really get it out. So honestly, totally understandable. And I was very nervous the first time I ever used nasal snuff as well. Thankfully, I was at a Airbnb with a shower and stuff like that, so I could wash it out of my nose pretty quickly. But we're in a park right now,
well,
so
we do have water.
Not quite. That is true. We do have some water. But what I've got with me today is some Lecter's Priest. Yes, that's how it's pronounced. We've got this snuff with us today, and I do suppose, without further ado, I should probably go ahead and show you how to use nasal snuff and use some myself, because you've never actually used nasal snuff before.
No, I've done tobacco in a lot of different forms. I've actually done rape in South America. You know what that is, where they blow it in your nose? It's like tobacco, really fine tobacco.
Oh, if you've done that, you're going to be chilling with this, I'm
Really?
thinking then, yeah.
Okay.
I didn't even know that was a thing in all honesty. I've heard the name before, but I didn't know it was like blown into your nose.
Yeah, it makes your whole face like tingle. It's very intense. It's done before like ayahuasca and stuff.
Is it like based on Nicotina rustica, or I wasn't sure. I've done Nicotina rustica before, which is like the strongest tobacco in the world.
I have no idea. It was like a fine gray powder, so I'm not sure.
Interesting. I'm gonna have to do more research into that. Appreciate the information.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna go ahead and get this pouch or pack all opened up, and I'm gonna go ahead and get this all out. We can see the actual tin itself right there, and I'm gonna go ahead and get it opened up and just show how to do it real quick. We can see that's kind of what it looks like on the inside right there. Very fine tobacco powder, of course. It is a little bit like dirt, I'll acknowledge. So you just take your hand, just like that.
Bro, it's like a bump
and
oh my.
just a little bit like that, and then kind of sticking to my hand just a little bit, just because it's a bit warm out here, I'll acknowledge.
On your nose, both sides.
Oh yeah, a little bit on my nose. That just happens. That just happens. But there we go. That's pretty much how to use nasal snuff right there, I'll acknowledge. You want to give it a go?
How hard do you suck it in your nose?
Not hard at all. I've used really, like, this is not fine compared to some nasal snuff. This is pretty rough compared to some. I've used like super fine snuff, and I inhaled it at the same level I do this, and it just went right up my nose and right through, and it was not a particularly pleasant experience. This, you really want to keep it on the ends of your nose, kind of on this area of the cavity right there.
Here.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I would say just, well, you just don't want to get it all the way up in your nose, just so it doesn't start dripping through to your mouth.
What happens if I inhale it too strong? It's
just going to go through your mouth, and you're just going to cough.
I'm going to choke.
A little bit, maybe, yeah.
What happened the first time you did this?
I was really careful, and I inhaled like the slightest bit I possibly could, and just increased the amount I inhaled until I had enough in my nose. So I'd say go with that.
That's very responsible of you.
I always try to stay responsible. I've been nicotine sick a couple times, and I've thrown up from it once, and it was not a pleasant experience. It was one of those things where I just wanted to make sure I was really careful with it.
Yeah.
And that's what I do with any tobacco that I'm trying for the first time. I got to make sure I'm being careful when trying it. And anytime,
right. Be safe, guys.
Of course, always gotta stay safe. That's what I'm saying.
He's a professional. Don't try this at home.
Professional, exactly. And of course, I want to clarify, I'm not actually forcing you to use nasal snuff. He is definitely doing this out of his own free will, of course, 100%. So just wanted to clarify that. But
you still have a little on your.
Oh, do I?
Yeah, on the other side.
Oh, on the other side as well.
Yeah,
appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah.
I should have brought a little rag with me today, but I didn't. It is what it is. Take your time. Don't rush it. Don't rush it.
Is that a lot?
I would say that's probably good for your first time. Just put it into one and then put it into the other. Just don't inhale. I can take that if you don't want to hold it.
So that's like a regular / small amount?
That's pretty small. Some people do like massive amounts, but that's not for me.
So this is...
It's pretty strong. So
how do you feel right now?
I feel pretty buzzed. Like, I'm pretty good. That's a little bit less than I used, I'd say. So I think you should be feeling decent. You might just want to get it a little bit closer to your nose. Oh, no rush. Don't rush. Don't rush.
Did I do it? Some definitely fell off. Oh wait, I do feel it in there. Oh,
Burning a little bit?
It is strong.
Yeah.
Okay, I think
And when you're inhaling, you can really smell the menthol.
Oh, it's menthol.
Yeah, it's menthol. They do have other ones. So this is like a German brand, if I remember correctly. But there's also Semigoth that makes nasal snuff as well. And I found an apricot flavored one, which is really interesting.
Wait, that's actually kind of nice. That's like Vicks almost, but you're getting the nicotine buzz.
Yeah, right?
I think I like this.
It's pretty solid, except unlike Vicks, it does mess up your sinuses just the slightest amount if you use a lot of it.
Whoa, yeah, that feels, whoa, yeah, it feels a little rush.
Yeah, no, for sure. And it'll like just tone off like I'd have to say within like 3 to 4 minutes, but.
So it starts strong and then kind of.
Oh yeah, without a doubt.
So this is as strong as it's gonna.
I would have to say it's like 30 to 40 seconds after you initially take it is like the peak, and then it kind of goes down after that.
It is quite strong, I must say.
No, it's quite strong, and I really feel like, for me at least, I mean, like, I smoke like half a pack a day. I don't know what level you're at when you're traveling.
Like big nights out, maybe, yeah, half a pack.
Half a pack, let's just say half a pack. I mean, like, smoking that much, you're not going to get a super big buzz from cigarettes unless it's like your first one of the day, of course.
Exactly,
but this is just a different method of tobacco consumption, and I feel like that's why it really hits so hard, because it's just like your first time trying something, and it hits so hard with that. Like, different methods of tobacco, in my opinion, really hit like so different. Like, even though I've got such a I'm trying to think, a tolerance to cigarettes, and I can smoke American Spirit Blacks on a regular basis, which, if I remember correctly, did you say you had had those before?
I've had yellows.
The yellows I wasn't sure. Yeah, those are like the American Spirit Blacks. Let's just say they're double the strength of the yellows.
Oh, geez.
Yeah, I love them. They're very unique. They have freak tobacco, which is tobacco. It's burley tobacco that is then compressed under pressure in like rum barrels, and so it comes out fermented, and it comes out stronger than it went in.
Whoa!
Because all of the nicotine kind of conglomerates together.
We can ferment tobacco?
Yeah. And then you dry it out and you smoke it just like that.
Damn.
Yeah.
And the Native Americans were doing that, or?
It's a method that is believed to have been derived from Native Americans.
Wow.
The real history of it before people showed up is not very well known, but
dude, you're like a tobacco historian.
Oh, that's the goal. That's absolutely the goal. I don't know everything by any means, but any pack, any variety that catches my interest, I try to learn as much as I possibly can about, and it's just a very enjoyable thing, I'll acknowledge. I really enjoy learning about a lot of different things: cars, trains, planes, automobiles, and of course, tobacco as well. But
dude, you're living your dream.
Hey, what can I say? What can I say?
Job.
I love using tobacco. I love smoking cigarettes, and I love forcing other people to use nasal snuff. What can I say?
Hey, wasn't forcing me. Hey, hey, well, not
Thank you for thank you for the legal clarification.
That's
I do
right.
appreciate it. I do
That's
appreciate it.
right. That was awesome.
I think I might use a little more.
That was nice. Yeah, I might wait, but
Yeah, I recommend waiting, honestly. Just
I feel
because.
it. Yeah.
Yeah. No, it really does hit.
Even if you've been smoking, because in Japan they have like the milligram counts on the
Yeah,
packs.
it's so nice. That's illegal in the United States.
Why?
So
Well, you'd be a more informed consumer knowing how much you're consuming.
that's my thought process as well. But the government says that. So the government in the United States has also banned like low tar as a signifier on like packaging. Of course, like in the 1980s, and I'm just gonna go and use this real quick. I think I got a piece in my eye. Ouch.
Uh-oh.
It
It's
is
a little
what it
on
is.
Your nose.
Yeah,
you got it.
that just happened.
You're good, you're good.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
So that's a Dutch thing? I saw like German on there.
German, yeah.
But all the Japanese is on the back, so it's...
So it's just the warning label on the pack right here. So this is the pack it came in originally, and then this is just what it comes out. So this is what it would look like when it was sold in Germany, made in the EU. And I'd have to say nasal snuff is very much that of a German, Austrian, and like British thing, I'd have to say. The main manufacturers of nasal snuff these days are from those areas, and the main manufacturers have always been from those areas, but there's been other manufacturers that have popped up and gone into business over the years. Apparently it gained popularity in Germany due to coal mining. So you're in the coal mine, bad idea to smoke a cigarette, still want your nicotine, use this.
Yeah. And you don't
not-
have to spit with the dip. Like
Yeah.
with like pouches, you have to spit. So.
I don't actually spit with like nicotine pouches. I'll acknowledge.
Or I mean,
like
Grizzly and like.
Oh yeah,
like
yeah,
tobacco.
spitting for that, yeah, for sure. I've never actually used dip or chew before. I'm not really big on oral nicotine. I'll acknowledge. Like I prefer this over like Zyn, or I've never tried Swedish snuff. That is something I do need to try because it's supposed to be like crazy heavy. But
yeah, I know when the Zyn started to take off in the U.S., I don't really understand the craze around it. Like the buzz is so kind of prolonged that it's like, okay, I can feel some nicotine flowing through my bloodstream, but it's not like the first hit of a cig of a day where you're like, whoa.
Like it's just so much more refreshing for me at least to have a cigarette than a Zyn. I think Zyn is more appealing because Zyn is huge these days, especially with like anybody under the age of 28. And I think it's really the perception of, one, cigarettes being bad, but two, nicotine being, I don't want to say cool, but let's say not cool.
Well, it's more socially acceptable now. And like Andrew Huberman, that big, I think he's a doctor. He's on all the big podcasts. He's like, yeah, I do Zen every now and then. It helps me think and blah, 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 blah. So
I think I've heard the name before, but I don't know too much about it.
He's just like a pop culture relevant doctor that's kind of signed off on like oral nicotine.
Makes sense.
So,
interesting.
Yeah.
I'm pretty on like the safety of oral nicotine as a whole. Like this stuff, of course, nobody's going to say that this stuff isn't dangerous. This stuff will give you nose cancer without a doubt.
Oh, okay.
But like so will Zyn and like chew and all of that. That'll give you mouth cancer and whatnot. Make your gums recede and everything like that. So I'm like, compared to cigarettes, yeah, you might not be getting lung cancer, but it still ain't good for you. That's for sure. It's just like vaping. It's an alternate safer thing, but is it really safer?
So you think Zen is in that kind of gray area? Because remember when vaping became really popular in like 2014, 2015, when it just hit the market, and everyone's like, it's safe, it's cool. So you think Zen is in that
absolutely,
zone
without
of, like,
a doubt.
people still think it's safe?
Exactly, and I think that trend is really visible, especially with, I mean, like, we still see a lot of, frankly, underage people vaping these days. There's tons of people using disposables and stuff like that. But now we're starting to see that a lot with nicotine pouches and Zyn as well, in specific, just because it's a brand name, it's considered cool, and it's just becoming very attractive to people for that. And I think there's not that negative perception around cigarettes where it's unsafe, even though, in my opinion, it's not any safer than cigarettes. That's controversial, I'll readily acknowledge. Everybody is entitled to their own opinion, but that's just my own opinion.
That's interesting. I've never heard anyone have that opinion, because I know a lot of people who would never pick up a cigarette, who readily will vape when they're drunk or like get a pack of Zins with the boys and not think anything of it. So
yep, I don't think if you're consuming something that you really shouldn't be consuming, it's not good for you no matter what.
so even
too much sugar is bad, too much caffeine is bad, all that sort of stuff.
So even like nicotine gum, you think is bad for you?
Oh, absolutely. If you use it enough, I definitely think so. And I've used nicotine gum before. Thankfully, not Nick or Et. Gonna have to pronounce it like that, so people don't try to cancel me over a pronunciation.
Yeah, you want to get your money from this video, so.
Oh, this isn't going up on the monetized channel.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
all right.
using nicotine, and it's in the title of the video.
Okay.
So
Cigarettes are sick.
Hey, I didn't say it. This is my channel. Whoa. But what was I saying?
How you did the nicotine gum and.
Oh yeah, I used a brand called Lucy, and I definitely prefer it over like pouches and stuff like that, just because I'm chewing and I can move it around my mouth and it's not like burning one specific area, kind of thing. I
still feel like swallowing the gum. I mean, maybe I'm just a baby, but like when I swallow the Zyn or I swallow like the spit from it, it burns. It gives me acid reflux.
Oh no, same here. Like it
spit.
Absolutely makes me burp, and it just doesn't like. That's one of the reasons why I don't like it, because it does like. I have some like. My family's genetics have kind of messed me up on a stomach level. My mom has massive acid reflux to half of everything she eats, and she's allergic to half of everything as well. To some degree, to some stuff more than others, of course. Thankfully, I'm not messed up to that same degree, but definitely if I eat something that is like tomatoes, for example, like they're just so acidic, they give me really bad reflux, and just like mess up my throat and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like, and it sucks because I love tomatoes and like they have nicotine in them too. So.
Wait, tomatoes have nicotine in them?
Yeah, nightshade.
What?
Yeah, tobacco's a nightshade, and all nightshades have some amount of nicotine in them to some degree.
Wait, wasn't this an episode of The Simpsons?
Yeah, tobacco.
Tobacco, yeah.
And you can genetically modify different members of the nightshade family, like potatoes as well, for example, to have nicotine in them.
No
like
way, that's sick, dude.
From what I know, at least. I could be wrong. I could have read an article on The Onion.
So you can get a buzz from a tomato? You could actually...
A real tomato? No. But you could get one from a genetically modified one. Now, they'll never be allowed to be sold publicly.
Yeah, but you could like do some engineering on your own and like eat a tomato like in a pasta and like get like a little buzz.
Yeah, I wouldn't recommend doing that just because eating tobacco is an insecticide. Tobacco is not an insecticide. Nicotine itself is an insecticide. Of course, that's why tobacco contains nicotine to keep the bugs away. Except for tobacco worms, which love tobacco.
Dude, you know so much about this. This is insane. Your
It's
encyclopedic level of information in your head.
It's an interesting thing. I enjoy talking about it and I enjoy reading up on it. I'll acknowledge.
Crazy. I didn't know this stuff.
That and on my dad's side of the family, after he was born, none of his family was doing tobacco farming anymore. He did grow up around it just because he grew up in rural North Carolina, and a lot of everything that's grown in rural North Carolina is either corn, soybeans, wheat, or tobacco. So he grew up around that, and I think it was grandfather grew tobacco up until a couple years before he was born. He heard stories about tobacco and how the industry worked at the time, and then I've heard them through him.
That's so cool, man.
It's been very interesting, I'll acknowledge.
Yeah.
I just got to keep the family tradition of growing tobacco going, though, because I haven't grown any tobacco yet. I need to do that.
Yeah, you need to make a plantation of your own.
Absolutely.
Plantation
we
is the
can't
right
say
word.
plantation anymore. No. They did actually, there was, I don't know if you ever heard of it, there's plantation rum. It's no longer called plantation, it's now called planetary. They decided plantation is too controversial.
What would you call it, though, if you're growing tobacco? I don't even know the word. Like
a tobacco farm?
Okay,
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, just a farm, yeah.
I want to do a hydroponic tobacco experiment, though. Like how they grow weed and stuff.
So cool. That would be a good video, dude.
I think so, and that's definitely something I'm looking at doing in the future. And tobacco seeds are not expensive, so I bought some for like $5 total. I got like 3 different varieties for $5 total with like 100 seeds per pack or something like that. And they've got like tons of varieties. You can get Virginia, Burley, Nicotina rustica. You can get Lamanca rustica, which is like the type of tobacco grown in the Soviet Union back in the day.
Sick, dude.
Yeah.
So you could be rolling your own like historic cigarette.
Oh, absolutely, yeah, without a doubt. And there's definitely like, and one of the things that's really interesting about, I can't say where these seeds can be bought just because YouTube guidelines and stuff like that. I can't say where people can buy cigarettes or any other tobacco product online. I don't even know if like the seeds like require no ID check. It's an agricultural good, so it doesn't get taxed like tobacco, even though it's tobacco seeds. And you don't even need to show ID or anything like that. I just don't know if I can actually say, but where I bought it, they literally had historic seeds that were like, okay, they don't really grow this anymore. There's a specific thing that was grown and then hybridized with this, and this is what it is today, but this is what it used to be.
That's
which
so
is
cool,
really
man.
interesting. And so these places that are selling the seeds, they're growing the historic plants just to get the seeds from them. And the way that,
Yeah, so you could grow like the stuff that your grandfather was growing.
Yes. I don't know exactly what he was growing, but more than likely burley tobacco, just because that tends to be a lot of what's grown in the United States. American cigarettes tend to be a blend of burley and then a little bit of Virginia and a little bit of Oriental tobacco, which is like not actually what people would think of as being from the Orient. It's actually from like Turkey. Also known as, so it's Oriental tobacco, also known as Turkish tobacco, and Campbell's cigarettes were one of the big brands back in the early 1900s to popularize the concept of Turkish tobacco.
Yeah, dude, in college I loved me some Turkish Silvers.
Yup.
They were so good.
And those are very much a Turkish blend without a doubt.
Didn't they discontinue those?
No, they're still for sale. The Turkish Royals got discontinued, and then they reintroduced a new pack also called the Turkish Royals, but everybody says it tastes different. So I'm figuring it tastes different as well.
Dude, you know so much. I think I was in China.
China's got some amazing cigarettes.
Somewhere in, I think Asia, and everybody loved Virginia cigarettes. They're like, look, these are American. Look, you're American. Here's some Virginia cigarettes. And I'm like, I mean, it all kind of tastes the same to me. I mean, I hate to, it's probably blasphemy on this channel, but like, I don't know how it. I'm just like, yeah, cool, okay, I'm gonna smoke anything you give me, so whatever.
So for taste, I would have to say, I mean, like, you can definitely, if you know what you're looking for, you can be like, okay, this cigarette has X, X, and X in it, kind of thing. If you don't know what the different blends taste like individually, though, it's kind of hard to tell. I will absolutely acknowledge that. It's one of those things where I didn't really realize the difference between the taste of burley tobacco and Virginia tobacco until I started smoking pipe. And pipe smoking was so educational because there's so many high quality tobacco blends where I can get, even though one blend will be straight Virginia, I'll get a completely different flavor from a different straight Virginia blend just because of different processing, different additives, et cetera, and whatnot. But you know, a lot of cigarettes in China do advertise themselves as being Virginia blend cigarettes to some extent, which Virginia tobacco, named after the state of Virginia, of course, but it's more popular outside the United States than inside the United States these days. Canadian cigarettes tend to be Virginia blends. UK cigarettes tend to be Virginia blends.
I wonder if it's like marketing, because they're like, oh, look at this American good. Oh, look, American quality.
Oh, absolutely,
like,
absolutely, without a doubt. And it's really interesting to try cigarettes that are advertised as being an American blend as well. And some companies pull it off where it's obvious they've done their research and it's like, okay, yeah, this is a burley, slightly Virginia, slightly Oriental blend, and it's got that sort of chocolate nutty taste that is so familiar from like Marlboro Reds or Camel Reds or something like that.
You're making me want to smoke, dude. Damn. Is there anything you don't know, man? This is crazy. I just gave you like one topic and you're like, boo, 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 boo. Like you could write a book, man.
There's a couple books already written, but if I ever want to, I definitely do need to, that is for sure.
This is crazy.
Just trying to think off the top of my head, anything I don't know. I'm not an expert on the subject. I do pride myself on how much I know about tobacco, but I'm not an expert on the subject.
I think you're an expert. I think you have, yeah. I mean, how much time do you spend per day reading about tobacco and stuff?
Actually, I don't do it every day, especially on vacation. Like if I'm back home, I'm doing a lot of reviews and stuff like that. So I'm reading up on new brands and stuff like that pretty much almost every day. But here I've been doing less reviews and more vlog style videos, so I haven't been reading up on tobacco as much.
No, but I think you probably put in your 10,000 hours to be an expert. I think how long have you had the channel?
I've been going for, I've been uploading well, my channel as a whole is from like 2011. But I've only been making tobacco videos in some sense since late, like October 2019. And then...
it's 5 years. I mean, you devote every day of your life to it over 5 years. I think you're an expert.
I appreciate the kind words. I appreciate the kind words. I don't consider myself as such. I believe there's lots more I need to learn, but I appreciate the kind words.
Of course, yeah.
But I think that might be everything we wanted to say for the video. Was there anything you mentioned about your experience? Sorry, I'm getting more drummed up. Was there anything about your experience with nasal snuff that you thought you might want to mention before the end of the video?
I found it quite pleasurable. It was surprising. I was very scared. It was a whole roller coaster of emotions. It is very strong. I'm glad I didn't take any more, because I mean the buzz is kind of just wearing off. I don't know, maybe it's all in my head, but
it's the energy, because in my opinion it's a very energetic buzz, and I feel like that energy, like even though the buzz dissipates pretty quickly, like that energy really follows you.
Yeah, it's nice, man. It's nice.
It's really a pick-me-up in my opinion.
And it's more discreet than a cigarette. I mean, especially on a plane, like you said.
Oh, absolutely,
who's gonna know?
Yeah. No, like the only thing I'm afraid I'm gonna get in trouble for on a plane is somebody's thinking I'm doing coke, frankly.
Yeah, especially on a flight to Japan. Yeah, they might lose their shit.
Yeah, I went to the bathroom, but like I've just done it in my seat when nobody's sitting next to me, and nobody's called me out yet.
That's so sick, dude.
Hey, gotta be balling. What can I say?
Yes, sir.
But appreciate y'all watching today's video. Hope you guys have enjoyed watching. Thanks so much for appearing on this video. What are your links?
YouTube, Small Brain American, Patreon, Small Brain American, Small Brain Podcast. We're about to have this guy on.
Looking forward to it.
Yeah, buy some merch, Sigs Inside merch. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Pick up my merch as well, of course.
Yes, sir. You know what I'm saying?
But appreciate y'all watching. For the next one. Yes, sir. You know what I'm saying?